These 4 steps will enable you to double your sales. That's a brave claim, but that's the kind of way we roll, or I roll. It's because it's me, it's John Butt. It's the Marketing for Owners podcast, where I show you how to create your self-marketing company. What I mean by that is a company that does its own marketing while you go off and do things you'd rather be doing, because we don't want you working 23 hours a day. We want you to spend time with your kids or with your family, shopping for Christmas presents, going to see the kids' Halloween like the other week at the end of the day after they finish school, or going to a school thing, instead of having to work all time and worry and stress over where those next sales are coming from. So what are the 4 steps, John? Okay, so you ask. Step 1, learn. So what I mean by that is you are never going to get far in business if you're not prepared to learn, to keep up to date and to change. You can only change if you've learned how to change, or what to change, or what you need to change. So you should be learning constantly. The most successful people will be found at conferences, listening to others. So when they speak on stage, they then sit in the audience and listen to the rest. They will read books continuously. People write new books. Things change. This is a fast changing world. Yes, that's frustrating, but it's also a bonus if you're going to try and pick out the beauty, the diamonds in the rough there. There are new books. There are podcasts like this. Yeah, there are things. So you've probably made a good start today. You are listening. So perhaps you're going to learn something new. Are you then going to do something with it? Because it's not just about learning, but you've got to constantly learn. And one of the reasons you need to learn is so that you know what to get done and how it should be done. Now, let me get this straight with you. So, for example, Richard Branson may come across a new idea on something to implement. He doesn't then go and do it. He then delegates that to the person who should be doing it. But the fact that he knows what it is and why it should be done was the starting point. Okay, so he will go ahead and he'll set some goals with it. So your next step 2. So step 1 is to be learning or learn. Step 2 is to set goals. It's been said over and over, not by me, but I say the same. You can't get from A to B by guessing. You need a map. If you've never been to B before, how are you going to get there without a map and without directions? Don't give me you'll use the sat nav or your iPhone answer, because you are using a virtual map. You are still following directions. So if you set goals, if you wish to, I wouldn't suggest that you set a goal to double your sales this year unless you are some super duper startup, but perhaps you want to add 10% to your sales. So know what they are now, and then know what they're going to be in a year. And consider all the details. So for instance, if your sales are £100,000 a year right now, it's no good saying I want them in a year to be 110,000. You want to work out the monthly rate. So for instance, last month you may have done 9,000. This month you may have done 12,000 to get yourself. So your sales are already increasing, right? But they've averaged out. If you take that whole last year, the first month in that sequence may have been £1,000 a month. So you want to take the current monthly. So therefore, if you're currently doing £12,000 a month and you want your sales to grow 10% in a year, you want your sales to be £12,000 plus 10% for the month 12 from now.
Does that make sense? So next month is, so you can reverse engineer that. I mean, so reverse engineer that, and you can figure out that sales next month are 12%, 12,000 plus a little bit each month, okay? To get there in a smooth line up. But that is goal setting. Once you've set your goal, you know where you're trying to get to. Now, you know where you need to be in month 9. From there, you know now you need to be somewhere in month 6 and in month 3. So look at just those 3 months, concentrate on that and say, okay, month 3, say that works out as, I don't know, say it's 3%, or call that, say that adds another 3,000 to your, what am I talking about? Say that would add 1,000 to it. You're going from 1,000 a month, sorry. So in 3 months, you're going to be from 12,000 up to 15, all right? So, that's not right, is it? I'm getting that all wrong. So you want to be 10% at the end of the year. So you want to be from 12,000 to 13,000 odd. Make it 12%, and then you can just divide by 12, saves doing all the proper maths, and then you can work it out 3 months worth of 90 days. Sorry, I'm getting all confused there, trying to double your sales again. But now you know what you need to get. Now you can work that back to 1 month, and you can work out that there are, say, 20 or 21 working days if you just sell on weekdays, and you can say how much we sell on average on a day. We need to sell a bit more. You can work out what your average customer is, and you can work out, okay, we get 10 customers a day, we want 11, or we get the average order is £200, we want it to be £210. And then you can work out ways to do that. That's how you use goals. Now you see the power, okay? So it's not just saying I want to be a millionaire and I want a yacht and a Ferrari. No. Next one is to delegate. Step 3, delegate. You cannot do this all by yourself. You cannot. That's why you're working all those hours. Yeah, I know you can't afford to hire anyone. Well, let me tell you this. You can't afford not to. If you believe you're going to hit that goal, then you can spend the money you will be making when you've hit that goal to get there. If you don't think you're going to hit that goal, then shut up the business and go and do something else. Go and work for someone else. Because if you're not confident that your business is good enough to grow, then you should be doing something else and stop worrying about all the stress around it. But let me give you an idea. Let me give you a thought. You grew from something to here, didn't you? Did you try it? Did you have goals? Or did it just happen? It just happened, didn't it? Imagine how it could happen in a better way if you actually had goals and a plan and you were doing this intentionally. Exactly. So delegate. You need to involve other people, and delegating means you need to tell them what your plans are, what your goals are. You need to explain why that is so, and then ask them if they will help you. Do not just get people to do stuff for you. Don't just say, oh, I can't do this. Joe, come here, do that for me. No, they've got work to do. Delegate, make it part of their job, get them involved, get them to buy in, get them to want to do it. If you don't have the staff in-house, outsource it. Part-time workers, outsourcing sites, freelancer.com, fiverr.com, odesk.com, peopleperhour.com. There are others, but those are enough. That's all you need. Go to the local university, put an ad on a student notice board, student union notice board. They are desperate for money. They're all broke. They're all coming out with loans. They're quite clever, you know. They can do part-time work. Just think about it. Honestly, it is easier. And the final one is so once you've got your goals and you've got things to do each day, do 2 important things that get you going forward before you answer any emails every day. Never ever answer emails first thing in the morning or first thing at work. At the most, lunchtime, say 12 o'clock.
Do important stuff before emails send you off on another track, distract you and get you doing other stuff that would not have been necessary if emails did not exist, as they didn't exist a few years ago. Yes, I'm old, but in those days when people couldn't phone you on your mobile or text you or email you, you did what you were going to do. They'd contact you the normal channels. And when you get back at the end of the day, you'd find a message on your answer phone or voicemail, then you'd sort it. Never upset anyone. Okay, so that's it. 4 steps. That's going to double your business. No charge. Take it as on me. Today's Tuesday Toolbox tip is for a productivity tool that will help you with all this. It's called 30/30. So 30//30. Just Google 30/30 app or go into the App Store, iTunes, etc. and look for 30/30. It's a productivity management tool. It was App of the Year. It's been Editor's Choice on Gizmodo. It's iTunes App of the Year 2014 and everyone else. Just get it, please. It's free. Okay, tomorrow, Wednesday, is our expert interview series. We have Mike Rhodes. Mike Rhodes is in Australia now. He is a lovely guy. If you've ever heard of Perry Marshall and AdWords and you think, wow, he's good, Perry wrote The Ultimate Guide to AdWords. Well, Mike Rhodes writes it with him. Yeah, he's that good, and he has got some tips for you in how to save a fortune on your AdWords spend. Be there or be square, as he used to say probably 20 years ago.